I'm just gonna wait for a couple more people to join before I start talking. Maggie, don't be scared. Maggie, I don't know where you are, but if you're in Terre Haute, maybe more severe thunderstorms, but I don't necessarily think that tornadoes are going to make it all the way down to Vigo County, but that's what I'm here to talk about. Lots of thunder. Yeah, I'm sure you guys are hearing lots of thunder. I live in Clay County and I'm starting to hear some thunder in the past 30 or so minutes. So, hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Watching from Clinton. You guys are probably hearing some heavy, heavy thunder and lightning and rain. To be honest, I did not even know storms were happening. LOL, how bad will this get? That's what I'm here to talk about a little bit. Obviously, there's a spectrum of how worried people get about storms. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit. I feel like I'm like really tall in this thing. I'm gonna like lower it. I can't. There we go. But I'm here to talk about, things that we don't need to be worrying about versus what we can realistically prepare for here. This is just a live that I'm doing to kind of send everybody an update. I was doing update videos on my Facebook, but just doing a live is so much easier. Yeah, watching from Clinton, definitely hearing the thunder. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys, thunder and lightning starting in South Terre Haute. Watching from my back porch in Parkwood, just south of Lyford. Okay. We don't want to be outside while it's happening, though. Come on, guys. Don't want to be outside. Some great lightning shows happening. Yeah. I am doing something I probably shouldn't be, and I have this set up by a window. But the nice thing is, I'm going to open up my blinds. The nice thing is I can see there to like the northwest. So that's kind of nice. Anyways, so let's get into the specifics. Using the radar here, this live is sponsored by Dragon's Tool Barn. And for the whole month of July, which July is almost over, and I'm going to have a new sponsor in August, and then another sponsor in September, and another in October. So I'm super grateful for that, super appreciative. But this month is sponsored by Dragon's Tool Barn there in Terre Haute. So let's get into the specifics on what we are looking at for this evening. Okay, so I'm just going to start and I'm going to go north to south. I've got a lot of questions regarding in those southern counties. I just want to say that if you are in Knox, Davies, Martin County, Indiana, Lawrence County, Illinois, Richland County, I'm not overly concerned. I think we'll get a couple of strong storms, but I wanted to start this live and update. Almost got 300 people watching because it's headed to the Terre Haute area. So I know that that's when a lot of people start getting a little bit more antsy. I know that I have a lot of followers in Terre Haute, so I just wanted to kind of do this update as it's approaching kind of the Terre Haute metro area. All right, so let's start all the way up here, and we can kind of see this tornado area. It was up there actually near Watsika and Syracuse County, I believe, and now it's headed into Vermilion County, Illinois, and also a little bit, it's going to cross over there into Warren County and Vermilion County, Indiana as well. So you can kind of see a little bit, just like a teensy bit of a hook right about here in near Hoopston, actually, which is just the very northern part of Vermilion County. Now let's go in here and look at velocity because it was showing some pretty intense rotation probably about 30, 45 minutes ago. Now we don't really see as much as far as rotation goes, but it is still a tornado warned area. And this is pretty much moving due south. So let's actually put this into motion here just to kind of show you guys what this looks like in constant repetition. And you can see that storm track, it's headed southward a little bit eastward. If you can see, it's got a little bit of going on here. But this is what these north punch of cold air, and it basically fuels up a lot of spin there at the surface. So that's why I talked about this in previous videos, that we might see a little bit of some rotation in embedded thunderstorms, and that's what we are now seeing. The good news with this, I do want to say the good news is that they're not very long lasting. There may be some pretty detrimental, spin-ups. I don't want to disregard any tornado warning that we may have, but they're normally not super long lasting, not super long track, but the instability was there, especially, this afternoon. And as we headed into now the evening hours, it was showing some pretty impressive numbers. Now let's head down to kind of a little bit more people are located that are maybe watching this video. If anybody is in Danville, Illinois, let's see, I've got Teddy remembers this sheet. I did this back when I used to work at the station, and I put together this whole list of all, and it's of course and handy again. But areas like Oakwood, Catlin, Westville, that's all in Vermilion, Illinois. Those areas are going to want to kind of stay aware if you know anybody that is in that area and is maybe not being weather aware. Just go ahead and let them know that some stronger storms are headed their way, and it's coming from the north. A lot of these storms we're kind of used to coming from the west. All these storms are going to be coming from the north. So now let's take a look down here, areas where I'm a little more familiar with. Right now, essentially in Paris, Illinois, they're in Edgar County. We are some probably heavy downpours. I don't know if anybody Illinois, but we do some stronger rainfall here. And I just want to take a look at the velocity, not necessarily, but it can give us indications of maybe some wind speeds in here. So not seeing anything in maybe some 20, 30 mile an hour gusts. That can relocate a couple of small light things, but overall, we're looking at those stronger winds of the 40, 50, 60 mile an hour range, because that's what's going to cause these power outages, and that's what we're going to keep our eye out for before it comes to the area. But just to kind of let everybody know, there was, I believe, 100,000 power outages up in northern Indiana. They kind of got what I want to call round one of these storms. Received round two of these storms for the day, and they saw immense amount of power outages there in northern Indiana. Also, if you're just now tuning in, I am breaking rules, and I'm right by a window recording this live, and I sorry hear any thunder, so hopefully all is clear here. But looking in the Terre Haute area, we do see come this way, and again, put this track on here, but we can kind of see that it's going to be in the Terre Haute area. I would say in the next 25. The storms are moving lower than anticipated, but this is a severe thunderstorm warning. They're in Paris, also making its way down into Clark County. They're in Marshall. Overall, again, this is going to be mainly a wind. We have seen some wind gusts earlier there in northern Illinois, northern Indiana. They were seeing very, very strong wind gusts, recording over 60, 70 miles an hour, lots of power outages. But when we talk about, if I've got any watching down here in Martin County, we kind of see a cutoff happen, and also Lawrence County, Richland County. We don't see a lot of action because as these start to progress southward, it really starts to weaken. Sullivan, I've got a lot of people kind of concerned over in Sullivan County. This is going to make was a clip there in Terre Haute and head a little bit more towards Sullivan. Again, the good news Oh, I'm not here. My signal is breaking up. Hopefully you guys can still me. Let me know. Hopefully I'm not breaking up here. It is breaking up. Audio breaking up. Let me see if I can actually connect to my hotspot.